How to write a killer book description. Authors don't tend to think of their book as a product, so they don't treat them as such. They forget that just like any other product on the market, books must have an effective sales page. For books, this sales page is known as the description, and it's the most important selling tool you have at your disposal. Once a potential customer lands on your book's page, the description is what entices them to buy it. While a few might have already made up their minds judging from the cover and title, most readers are going to thoroughly read the book description. They are going to consider a number of different books. The one with the best description is going to win. What does your book description need to accomplish? In short, it needs to convince the reader to buy your book. But what exactly does it take to accomplish that goal? Here are some essential elements of an effective Amazon book description. It must quickly summarize the topic of the book in a way that entices the reader. It must be written with the target audience in mind. It must define its genre. Never assume that the reader has already chosen the genre as part of their search. It must be written in a way that's similar to best-selling books in the same genre. This requires research. It must integrate the keyword phrases that you have chosen on the product creation page. Amazon actually matches those words to the description. If the keyword is not in the description, the book will not show up in search results. It must hook the reader. It must contain a call to action. The bottom line is that you will have the most success with descriptions that contain all of the previously mentioned elements. Most writers completely miss this step and are left with subpar sales. Did you know that most writers only write a few brief lines of description even though Amazon allows 4,000 characters? Seems like a lot of prime real estate to be wasting. In fact, you should be using all of this space. With that said, here's how to write your book description. Do your homework. It all starts with doing the proper research. Visit the Kindle store and choose the category of your book. Then choose the subgenre that matches your book. You will be given a list starting with the bestseller. Look through the top 20 book descriptions. Sure, there are going to be a few lousy examples and books that got lucky. Some authors become bestsellers because they already have a following. But if you see any bad descriptions that are obviously bad, then just ignore them. Take the best descriptions and copy and paste them into a blank document. Read through them all and make notes of similarities in how they are crafted. What keywords are used? What phrases really stand out? What is the hook? What is the call to action? Then use a similar style to write your book description. Unless you are a professional copy editor, I recommend you run the description by a professional because they can help you improve it. Readers are going to make their decision based on this description. A step-by-step look at writing your book description. Start by writing a 1 or 2 line blurb to hook the reader. Put this text in bold. The reason we do this is because Amazon hides most of the description behind a read more tag. So you need to convince readers to click on that tab to read the entire description. This is the most important part of your description. This is called a tagline in the movie industry, but it's basically just a hook. Craft a single, powerful line that really hooks the reader. Write the book description. Be sure to include every keyword that you used on the product details page so that your book will show up in searches. Use the tips mentioned earlier to create the best description possible. Leave some room at the end of your book description for book reviews. Even if your book does not have any reviews now, you'll probably start getting them once your book is published, so you can save some space for later if you need to. Include a couple of Amazon categories at the end of your description. This is a way to add keywords without it feeling like spam. Finally, have a copy editor review your book description before publishing it. You're essentially trying to sell a product to consumers. An awesome book description will intrigue them into buying your book. A poor description will force them to click on that dreaded back button. So it's really important that you get this right. Thanks for watching this video. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments section. If you have any questions, then send me an email or connect with me on LinkedIn. Better yet, consider becoming a premium member of the Ultimate Book Publishing Guide to gain access to an exclusive library that will walk you through the entire self-publishing process.